Welcome. Welcome back. I was planning to go and hike, and I was planning to go do this outside. But it's currently pouring right now, and it doesn't look like it's going to clear up. So, we're inside, and we'll try again next week to record outside. But anyway, welcome back to Philip on Facts, to the new season, Season 7. This season, the title is going to be Unveiling History's Mysteries. I'm your host, and today we're about to embark on an extraordinary journey, a voyage that bridges the gap between philosophy and history, between thought and reality. The Lost City of Atlantis. Last season, we dived into the depths of philosophy, exploring the profound questions and ideas that have shaped our understandings of ourselves and the world around us. We grappled with the concept of self, morality, consciousness, and the nature of reality itself. And one name echoed throughout our discussion, a name synonymous with philosophy itself: Plato. Plato, the ancient Greek philosopher, was a master of thought, a weaver of ideas, but he was also a storyteller, a chronicle of tales that continue to captivate us thousands of years later. One such tale is the story of Atlantis, a mighty empire that, according to Plato, vanished in a day and a night, swallowed by the sea over 9,000 years before his time. As we dived into the heart of Atlantis mystery, let's begin where all great stories do, at the beginning. According to Plato, Atlantis was more than just a city. It was a mighty empire, an advanced civilization that stood as testament to human achievement. Plato's accounts paints a picture of a city, unparalleled grandeur, situated beyond the Pillars of Hercules. What we now know as the Strait of Gibraltar, Atlantis said to be larger than Asia and Libya combined. It was a land of abundance, rich in natural resources, with fertile plains, towering mountains, and a wealth of precious metals, including a mysterious metal called orichalcum, more precious than gold. This is a valuable yellow metal known to the ancient Greeks and Romans, now sometimes interpreted as referring to a natural alloy of gold and copper, sometimes treated as a mystical substance. So they think it was like a copper alloy, possibly mixed with gold, tin, or zinc and brass. Fascinating. The more you know. The city itself was a marvel of architectural and engineering. At its heart was a hill surrounded by a ring of water and land, connected by tunnels large enough for a ship to pass. On top of the hill was a palace and a temple dedicated to Poseidon and Cleito, the divine partners of Atlantis. The city was adorned with grand buildings, hot and cold fountains, and a complex system of canals. The Atlanteans themselves were said to be a powerful and noble people, technically advanced, with a well-organized military and a deep sense of harmony and unity. But, as with all great tales, the story of Atlantis is not just one of rise, but also of fall. Plato tells us that the Atlanteans grew in power, they also grew in hubris. They became greedy, corrupt, and began to lose the sense of virtue and wisdom. Angered by the moral decay, the gods decided to punish them. In a single day and night of catastrophic earthquakes and flood, Atlantis was swallowed by the sea, disappearing without a trace. So, was Atlantis real? Or was it a myth? A product of Plato's philosophical imagination? As we dive deeper into the mysteries, we'll explore the theories and evidence that might just bring us closer to the truth. The tale of Atlantis, as told by Plato, has been interpreted in myriad ways throughout history. Some view it as a cautionary tale, a warning against the dangers of hubris and moral decay. Others see it as a philosophical allegory, a symbolic narrative used by Plato to convey his ideas about society and the consequences of straying from virtue. The cautionary interpretation of Atlantis views the story as a moral lesson. The Atlanteans, despite their advanced civilization and abundant resources, fell into corruption and greed. Their downfall serves as a stark warning against the appeals of unchecked power and moral uh, degradation. It's a timeless message, one that resonates with every civilization, past and present. The allegorical interpretation, on the other hand, sees the Atlantis as a philosophical construct. Plato was known for using allegories to convey complex philosophical ideas. The, mo- the most famous of these is perhaps the allegory of the cave. In the light, Atlantis could be seen as a symbolic representation of an ideal society, a utopia that fell into a dystopia when it strayed from the path of virtue and wisdom. But there are those who believe that Plato's account of Atlantis was more than just a tale or an allegory. They argue that Atlantis was a real place, a lost civilization that once existed in our distant past. This interpretation has given rise to countless theories about the possible location of Atlantis, sparking explorations and expeditions around the world. Different philosophers and historians have various views on Atlantis. The ancient philosopher Crantor, a contemporary of Plato, believed the literal truth of the Atlantis story. The historian Herodotus, known as the father of history, made no mention of Atlantis despite his extensive writings on ancient civilizations. In more recent times, the debate continues among scholars, archaeologists, and enthusiasts, each bringing their own perspective and theories to the table. As we dive into the enigma of Atlantis, we find ourselves navigating a sea of theories and speculations. Over the centuries, the quest for Atlantis has taken explorers, archaeologists, and historians to the furthest corners of the earth, each location presenting its own compelling case. One of the most popular theories places Atlantis in the Mediterranean. Some believe that the island of Santorini, I hope I said that right, with the advanced Mino civilization and its catastrophic volcano eruption. Others point to the island of Sardinia with the mysteries Neuralgic civilization and its complex system of towers and settlements. Across the Atlantic, the Bahamas and the Caribbean have also been proposed as a possible location for Atlantis. The Bimini Road, a submerged rock formation near the islands of Bimini, have been interpreted by some as a remnant of an ancient civilization, possibly Atlantis. Even Antarctica has been suggested as a possible location. This theory, known as the Piracy hypothesis, is based on the 16th century map that believed shows Antarctica as it would have appeared without ice, suggesting an ancient and advanced civilization could have mapped the continent before it was covered in ice. The quest for Atlantis has taken explorers, archaeologists, and historians to the furthest corners of the earth, from the Mediterranean to the Caribbean, even Antarctica. Each location presents its own compelling cases. Recent archaeology findings have added fuel to the fire of these theories. One such theory comes from Dr. Graham, a renowned historian and scholar. Dr. Graham proposes that Atlantis was not a single location but rather a metaphor of a widespread ancient maritime culture. He suggests that the civilization had advanced seafaring capabilities and established trade networks across the Mediterranean. According to Dr. Graham, The story of Atlantis sinking into the sea could symbolize the decline of this culture due to catastrophic events such as a tsunami or a dramatic climate change, like an ice age. While none of these theories, including Dr. Grimm's, have provided definite proof, they have sparked further interest and exploration. Each new idea brings us one step closer to unveiling the mysteries of Atlantis, pushing the boundaries of knowledge and understanding. More on the recent archaeology findings, underwater structures, ancient artifacts, mysterious ruins have all been preserved as evidence of Atlantis. While none of these findings have provided definite proof, they have sparked more and more further exploration and interest. As we shift through these theories, it's important to approach them with a critical eye. The allure of Atlantis is powerful, but we must balance our desires for discovery with a commitment to scientific rigor and historical accuracy. The truth of Atlantis, whether it lies in the real lost civilization or a profound philosophical allegory, remains a mystery. But it's a mystery that that continues to captivate us, inviting us to explore, to question, and to dream. As we reach the end of our journey into the heart of Atlantis mystery, we find ourselves standing at the edge of the known and unknown. The story of Atlantis, whether real or allegorical, serves as a mirror reflection of our ambitions, our strengths, and our flaws. It's a tale of human achievements and human folly, a reminder of the power of civilizations and the dangers of hubris. It's a story that transcends time and culture, resonates with each new generation. But the mystery of Atlantis is more than just a story. It's a journey, a quest for knowledge and understanding. It's a testament to our innate curiosity, our desire to uncover the secrets of the past, and our hope for the future. As we conclude this episode, leave you with some thought-provoking questions. Do you believe Atlantis was real? A lost civilization that once thrived and fell? Or do you see it as a philosophical allegory, a tale crafted by Plato to convey his idea? What lesson can we learn from this story, and how can we apply them to our own lives and to our own society? The mystery of Atlantis remains unsolved, its secrets still hidden beneath the waves of time. But as we continue to search and explore and to dream, we keep the spirit of Atlantis alive. And perhaps in the end, that's the true power of Atlantis' story. Thank you for joining me on this episode, on this journey into the mysteries of Atlantis. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we look forward to exploring more of history's mysteries with you. And until the next episode, keep exploring, keep questioning, keep dreaming. Goodbye, and take care.